got free in the academy and how to use them. So now that you have your indicators, I'm going to come live on TikTok so that way I can teach everybody at one time how to use the indicators. I'm going to film it, which I'm doing right now. I'm recording this TikTok live, which I will then put a video on YouTube and give it to the Trading Academy so they can go back and review what I did on this trade so they can see over and over how to use the indicators on how to print money. That's what the TikTok Academy. That's why we're doing it for $300, because we want to get a lot of people the opportunity to make money in crypto this year, because next year is going to be even bigger. And if you don't get in this year, you are going to miss the boat. Okay? And the problem is a lot of people get into crypto, make a lot of money, and then lose it all during the summer and come back with nothing. The Academy is teaching you how to double your money every 10 days so that you have more money for the future, so you can buy more coins and make even more money. If you hodl, let's say you don't even want to trade. Let's say you want to trade once every week or once every 2 weeks. With this academy, we have the hodling thing. I'm going to do a video on the hodling technique. And this is for people who just put 10, 20 grand in the market, 5,000, or just keep buying the coins that they like. I will show you how to buy the coins that you like and sell them at the tops and buy them back at the bottoms so that you get more coins for your money. It's called accumulation, right? So you use the same money to get more money. You use profits to buy more coins on the dips so that you can make 40 times your money. So if you have $10,000 and in 3 years it went up 5x, means you made 50,000. If you had my indicators, if you used the academy, that 50,000 would be worth a lot more. Easily times 20. Right? So that 50,000 would be sitting at $250,000. What do you want? You want 3 years, you want 50,000 or $250,000 or even $500,000? I mean, what do you want to do? Yeah, you trade right along the side of me as I trade. That's what we're doing right here. We're trading. We're trading right alongside. So what we're going to do, the schedule for TikTok is going to be simple. It's going to be here's how the schedule will be, right? So Monday, right? Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, we trade in the AM, 10 to 1 a.m. 10 to 1 a.m., 10 to 1 a.m., 10 to 1 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Okay? So I'm going to put a TikTok schedule together for you guys. Right? So it's that simple, guys. And then this video is actually going to move over. All right, so for the guys in the academy, okay, notice we've got our trend here. So this is why we moved our stop loss. So Dish should have moved his stop loss on this trade to that 0.081 section right there, the bottom of the second candle to the left. Now what we're going to do here, Dish, is we're going to go back to our 5 minute. Okay, see how the 15 minute is bending here? We're now going to go back to the 5 minute because we're going to see where we're at on our 5 minute. Now remember, a lot of times we are now in the position where we're going to stay in this trade until we get a 5 minute red trend. So Dish, you're going to get out of this trade when the 5 minute price action trend goes red. Do you understand what I'm saying? Dish, do you understand what I'm saying? I'm a contractor, I can't trade through the day. So you don't have to trade through the day, we trade all day long. So Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday or Friday, we do a 10 to 1. After that, we come back on the night and we trade from 7 to 9 p.m., right? Plus, inside of the academy, we are putting trades up literally from 3 p.m. all the way till midnight. So there's trades all the time. So you guys, I mean, it's constant, right? So during the week, we do trade. Like right now, you're seeing me trade right now. It's 9 o'clock. We will be on live from 6 o'clock till 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock at night doing trades during the week too. Yeah, so so right now I'm going to be setting up, because we got a lot of people in the academy, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Actually, let me put that up right now. Okay, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We would do 10 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Central to 1 p.m. Central. Okay. And then also during that day, we will be back on later that day, and we will be going on that time from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central. So those are the live trades. Now, in between that, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'll probably be online trading anyways. It's not scheduled, but I'll be here. And then on the weekends, I'll be trading randomly as well. So you guys get alerts in the Discord. They'll tell you when I'm trading. You guys can hop on. But those are the days. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 to 1 p.m. Central, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Central. Then I take a break until 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central. So plenty of time to trade, guys. Plenty of time to trade. I don't have Apple. I mean, a lot of guys use their cell phones, so their iPhones. You can use iPads. You can use, honestly, dude, iPads are amazing. Apple products are amazing. Cell phones, as long as you have a big enough screen. iPads, that I use PCs. I use a Linux is great. I don't have a Dell or anything, or I don't use a Dell, and I don't use an iMac. So I use regular computers on my trading. But you can use an iPad. Most people are in the academy use their cell phones. So that's kind of where that's at. So right now, guys, we're in this trade in Doge long. Dish, are you still there? Dish, we're going to hold this long until we get to a 5-minute trend. So basically price action. So when price action changes on the trend, when that goes red, that's when we'll be selling. And you can kind of watch the 5-minute RSI. Yeah. So right now, what are you up right now? Dish, how much are you up right now, bro? Yeah, I mean, you don't need an expensive computer, guys. Just go get a 12-inch or 15-inch screen from Walmart or a cheap store. I mean, if you just get a computer just for trading, don't add all the other bullshit to it. Just for trading, you can get a nice $200 computer and keep it very simple. All right, so yeah, you're at your 13%. Yeah, you can get a cheap laptop. I wouldn't, as the laptops can be very cheap for $200-300 from Walmart or something. Just don't add a bunch of programs to it. Just keep it just for trading, right? So just for trading. So that way it's really quick. It's very simple. $200-300. Get yourself a cheap laptop. Get a 15-inch screen. And then online you can go and order for like $100. They have these wings that you connect, and you connect them to your computer, and they give you side views. So you can get side views on your laptop for $100. Yeah, so go online and look for extended wings, right? So these are kind of cool, right? So here, go to Google. All right, go to Google, and let's go to Google. And right here, we're going to put extended screens for laptop. So extended screens for laptops. You see right here? They have these extended screens, right? And they have them where you can buy like extra pieces here, right? So some of these are pretty cheap, extended screens. I've seen these online for like $100. etc. But yeah, you can put these on your laptops, and then that'll give you like a double screen. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool, man. Some of these are pretty cheap. These are 12.5 by 14-inch FDI 10p, 215 bucks. So see what kind of computer that goes on top of. You can add that right to your laptop, right? Here's a 14.5 laptop screen extender for $139 or something like that. Look at that. Woof. I mean, that's massive, bro. Look at that thing. Like you can literally, and you can even add it to your iPhone. Look at that. That's stupid. Yeah, so you could add this to your iPhone or computer. You get a 14-inch screen. Look at that. And it swivels. This is pretty dope. So this is called a ZTG 14.1 laptop screen extender. Monitor plug and play, laptop connect capability, supports PC, HDMI. So that goes right to your HDMI, bro. You see what I'm talking about? 150 bucks on Amazon. Look at that. Yeah, that's nice. So get a cheap laptop and then just add an extender to it, man. Very easy. All right, back to Doge. All right, so guys, what we're doing here now that we got our push there, what we're looking for is we're going to be getting out of this trade when the 5-minute trend goes red, right? And then going back to earlier when we were setting up these stop losses and we were deciding to go based on the what's called the the decision to go down to the 0.40 stop loss and go on an extended rally because of the green moon, right? So a lot of times, guys, when we're in here, RSI just dipped, yeah. So you're gonna have a little, this is the pullback. Remember we were talking earlier, there's gonna be a pullback. This is the pullback, and when this pullback goes on the next run dish, you can then move your stop loss up to the bottom of this pullback, all right? So the next candle that goes on a run, you're gonna put your stop loss below that pullback right there, okay? So wherever this pullback is, right there, you see that little wick right there? We're gonna move our stop loss right there the next time we have a big run. The next time the RSI hits the bottom and jumps up on the 5-minute, we will then move our stop loss underneath this pullback, all right, Dish? So right here, guys, a lot of times when I'm in the 5 minutes, so if you're in the academy, when I get into a trend, right, what I'm looking to do is to stay in the 5-minute trend. So the price action trend of green, a lot of times I'm going to hold my trade until it goes red, right? Which is something that, you know, we'll go over and kind of like, I'm monitoring on all the trades that we're moving forward these videos so that we can see what profits we would have made based on that trade. My ex-wife stole my iPad and MacBook. You know what, dude? I wish I could say, you know, that was uncommon, but bro, guys, listen, if you're married, nothing against your wife, but make sure if you get into a bad situation, before you discuss anything like divorce or whatever, take all your shit, put all your shit in a different area and make sure it's safe. And don't ever leave her with anything. She will take it. Believe me, I just went through that. Like, my ex literally stole all my shit. Everything. And we were cool. So nothing personal, women, if that's you out there, but nah, you guys can be the coolest people, and then when shit goes bad, man, you talk to your friends and they're like, take half, take all his shit. You guys let your friends talk you into dumbass shit. So yeah, women are terrible when it comes to that. So guys, she could be the coolest chick in the world, she will take your shit. Do not trust them. Make sure you protect your stuff. You know what I mean? Just the way it is. Now they talk to their friends, they talk to lawyers, and that's what they do. The lawyer's like, oh, you're entitled to all this, and they keep your shit. And then get mad when you're like, really, I can't have my shit? And then they're going to think in a couple years when she needs help and I don't help her, she's going to be like, why aren't you helping me? You took my shit. You stole my shit. Like, men would never do that. Men don't do that shit. Like, it's just not going to happen. It's your shit. Why you steal shit like that? It's terrible. All right, listen. So now we're getting this green trend. Well, I appreciate it. Wives are great. How about that? We'll go G-Truck. Wives are the best things that you guys can have. They're awesome. Actually, you know, guys, to be honest, you know, it's always in the relationship. There's nothing against a great wife. There are great wives out there. There are really good fiancés out there. There's really great women out there when you find them, right? They got to be the ones that support you, stand behind you, and men, you got to do the same too. Like you got to make sure you're standing behind them, helping them with their goals and things that they're trying as well, because it's tough out there and it takes teamwork, right? So I mean, fortunately, okay. So see right here, Dish. You see how we're getting pushed back to our stop loss here? So we're still in this trade, but our stop loss has moved up to where it's protecting us, and that stop loss is probably going to get triggered as soon as that thing goes red, right? So just make sure, guys, if you're in a relationship and you have a couple, I have an amazing, it's been a couple years, but I just met an amazing woman, my fiance. She's amazing. And you have to support your partner. So no matter what, nothing is ever guaranteed to work, but if you're going to try to make something work, understand that it takes two to tango. It takes two to be successful. It takes two to work together. I mean, it's a new world out there, and it's like everybody's fighting to be on top. And the one thing is, you don't want to ever have a relationship where one person feels like the other person isn't helping, right? And be kind to each other, man. Like, just be kind. The world is a very terrible place, and to be mean is just not an option, right? People do a lot of dumb shit. Sometimes they go out and hurt you, but honestly, to be mean is just not an option. We need to just be more. You got to be able to walk through a relationship in your life and say, I was the better person every single time. And if you're like that every time, you're not always going to be treated the same way, but you don't change who you are. Be positive and just try to keep it, keep it going, keep it positive, keep it moving. But if you do have a wife or a fiance and you guys are looking to get into crypto and trading, I mean, it's something you guys want to do together and try to watch together, because a lot of times it'll help you build. I mean, sometimes the person that's not thinking about doing this will end up being better at it than the other person. But together, when you guys are doing it together, anything that you guys do, trading, life, building a business, whatever, right? You have to do it in a way that you bring each other along and you support each other in what you're doing. It's the only way you're going to be successful, right? So that's kind of where the good thing is. I mean, in every relationship, you want to have that moment. So that's just focus, man. And that just makes your life a lot easier when you know that you're doing something and you're trying to better the relationship and the situation and make lives better, right? And that way you can enjoy things better and grow into a better situation. I just treat each other better, man. Just know that life is tough and shit is tough out there. And man, you only got 80 years. You know what I'm saying? Think about that. That's giving a lot of people a lot of extra time. 80 good years, right? 80 good years. That's not a lot of time. At a flash of an eye, you've done 20 years. You got 3 more flashes and this shit's over. So take your time, enjoy yourself. There's no need to be ugly in this world. You know what I mean? That's just kind of how it is. All right, so Dish. All right, so Academy, we're in this trade, and notice how I'm waiting for the trend here on the 5 minute to go red to close this trade. But currently that stop loss has been moved up to the 0.081 section there. So we are at the bottom of that pullback right here. This is our new stop loss. And I'm going to make this, I need to make this a different color. Let's go blue. All right, there's our stop loss. There we go. So our stop loss here is at the 0.08167. So we're still in a good position on our stop loss. Now, Dish, remember I was telling you on this next pullback comes in on this next bounce. When we go on this next run, you're going to move your stop loss to the bottom of this pullback. So once we break 2 candles in a positive direction, so once these 2 candles go in a positive direction, and this 5 minute bounces back up. So once the 5 minute bounces back up, right, which is happening right now, we're going to move our stop loss underneath this pullback. Yeah, so we've already bought into Doge. The buy-in for Doge was way back here on this right here is our buy-in right here. So let me turn this to a orange. A white color, something you guys can see. So we bought in right here. This was the entry, and now we're waiting to sell, right? So Dish is actually in this trade live. Johnny Mosa, all my bras, what up, Johnny? Johnny, what up, son? Ajax. Hey, we love Ajax. AI, baby. AI. Johnny Mosa coming here bringing like AI money. Get into AI, baby. Yeah. All right, Johnny. But who called AIL? Who called artificial intelligence? Huh? Eh? Eh? Who called artificial intelligence, bro? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Johnny. Yeah, so he's trying right now he's at about 13% gain, so he's pushing for his 20% gains. Right? So 15 to 20% correct, right? That's a win. I remember Johnny. How you been, Johnny? Happy New Year, Johnny. How you been, brother? You good? You good, man? I appreciate you, man. Johnny in the house, baby. I hope everything's good, man. Hope the year has been good. Set the alarms off. Johnny Mose in the house. Johnny! Yeah. Johnny's like, I've been good, baby. I've been good. Johnny's like, I'm into the year big time. Get into the AI. Get in there. Drop the bombs. It is time. Johnny's in the house. Johnny comes in dropping bombs. Machine gun rallies. Yeah, Johnny. Johnny, baby. Get the horns out for Johnny. You know what we're missing right now? Where is Tuco? Where is Tuco, man? We need Tuco. Let's go. Taco, taco, taco. All right, lock and loaded, guys. We are in a Doge run right now. Yeah, you can be in multiple coins. So, Quack, what you want to do is you're setting your bags, right? So if you, let's say, like I said earlier in the academy, it's very simple. You have $1,000 that you want to trade. You want to start off with just $100 trading, right? And a lot of times you would break that up and go $50 in one coin. And then if there's another trade, put $50 in another coin. But you don't want to overextend in the very first process of learning, right? You want to stay very balanced, right? And when you set in there, you don't want to get into too many coins that you're not paying attention to what's happening, but you are setting stop losses. So once you set your stop loss, like here we have our stop losses, we don't have to watch this coin anymore. We can move over and we can go check out Bitcoin, right? We can go see what's going on with Bitcoin. We could check out what's happening with Matic, right? Because we have a stop loss set already. So we don't really have to watch that coin right now. It doesn't really matter. So we can jump into some other things. But yeah, once you set your stop losses, you can go check out some other trades. But you don't want to be scattering yourself too far. You want to make sure that you're making your adjustments, right? Yeah, stop loss, it sells automatically if it hits its stop loss, right? So for instance, right here, let's go back and take a look at Matic, right? So Matic on the 4 hour is still coming down. So it looks like Matic is still pushing down. We go to Matic 2 hour, right? Here's a Matic 2 hour. The bounce has already happened on Matic 2 hour, but we're a red moon, which means we're still in a red trend. So we still could see some type of pullback here. Let's go to the 1 hour. 1 hour shows a red trend, a little bit of a pullback. So it looks like Matic's still going to pull back to a $1.23 or so. Doesn't look like it's recovering well. So you can play some shorts on this Matic. 15 minute, you have a green moon. The RSI is about to rip up a little bit. So more than likely, Matic's probably going to bounce up to that 128 and then come back down. But if I looked at this as a trade as where I'd want to get in right now, going back here, as you can see the green moon here, we have a low RSI. But at that time frame, we don't have it. So let's do a current trade, right? So currently right now, I have a green moon on the 5 minute, but my RSI is on its way down, right? Which means I don't really want to get into too much of a solid trade here because I have a green moon, I have a RSI coming down, but I have a green trend. So this looks like it's showing that this is a possible trade as a long, right? So secondly, I have to go to the 15 minute. Green moon coming across, 15 minute bouncing. So this looks like we're going to get some type of push on Matic right now. And now I just want to go to the 1 hour to confirm if it's a strong push. What do we have here? We have a red moon. Our RSI did bottom. So this is the same scenario that we just saw with Doge, where it's going to go sideways for a while and then start to go up. So right now, I would be looking for Matic for a long to start cost average buying. So now I have to say, okay, Matic's going to go long in the next 2 to 3 hours. So let's go back here and look at the 15 minute. Our RSI is bouncing. We have room to run here. So we could enter at this level here. So I'm going to put a line here on Matic, and we'll come back and check this line. But that's where Matic would be looking to go green. So you could do a long on Matic right now. Looking at the 5 minute, green moon, RSI came back, it bounced, right? So this would be your entry on Matic. We just put that line, right? So this is your entry on Matic right at that level right there. And 15 minute is confirming, right? Now, me personally, what I would want to do here, because I don't have a green moon on my 1 hour, right? I would sit back, and what I would do here is I would wait until we get a better green situation on my 1 hour and everything settles, right? And the second thing is I don't want to enter a trade where the RSI is sitting here on the 80, on the 15. I want the RSI to pull down and then go up. So we would hold off on this trade, because once I take a deeper look into it, my RSIs haven't reset, and I want to reset my RSI before we go up. So we would sit on this Matic trade. Is it a good position you can cost average buy here? Probably, because you have a green moon, a green trend, and you have a 15 minute green. So this trade is more than likely going to go sideways from this point until it explodes, right? So is this a safe trade? I mean, green moon, green trend, RSI dipped and bounced, right? So this is the buy line. This to me would be a safe trade to go in at $1.2520, right? So right now, I would say this is a particular safe trade. I wouldn't expect, going to the 1 hour to see how long a push is. From the 1 hour, it looks like we are getting some type of push here. So we can look at this and say that we are moving up here. So right now, this would be a scenario where just same thing we just went for Doge. You can enter a Matic long at that price right there, the $1.2526. So let's put that there and say we go long, right? So we're long on Matic here, right? So let's play this Matic long out. So I'm going to put a sign here, and this is going to be an entry. Let's see. Price label. This is our entry right here. So we're entering Matic long right here, right? So that's our entry right there. That's going to be that line right there. 125.10. That's your entry for your Matic, okay? Why is that an entry for Matic? Green moon, RSI dipped and bounced right there, right? Now let's make a line here and see where that basically came out. And what we're looking for at that moment right there is we need to check the 15 minute. 15 minute, green moon, we're good to go. RSI bounces back. Now if we would have been watching Matic earlier, right? So let's back this up a little bit. And let's see where we should have got into Matic to make a good trade, right? So let's back this up and go to the 5 minute. So the 5 minute basically says that Matic trade should have been more over here. Let me show you why. Okay, so first of all, bada boom, bada bang. All right, well, here's our green moon, right? So if we were watching Matic, we would have got an alert on here that would have said Matic is a green moon right here, and the RSI is bottom. Let me get this right here. Okay, there we go. Here's a green moon. Let me turn this into a 2 so we can see it. So here's your green moon on Matic. Here's your spot, and you're at the bottom. Now let's take a look at the 15 minute. Boom, 15 minute. Let's see where the 15 minute was doing at that time. Okay, 15 minute at this time was doing what? It was a red moon, so you can't enter the trade. You would go along and you're waiting for what? The confirmation of the green moon, right? So this trade has to move until we get that green moon, which happened right here. So now let's go see what that means on the 5 minute. 5 minute means that right here, we still have a green moon, we have a green trend, we have a 15 minute green moon right here. This right here, we see our 5 minute bending down, right? So we would stay out of this trade until the 5-minute RSI bounces, which happens right here. You see that bounce where it starts to go up? So this right here is your actual entry of this trade, right? So the clean entry would be right here, okay? Which means that this entry would be on this level right here. And this would be your entry for your RSI. So you would be entered right here. So this is the entry that you would actually be in on this trade. You would be right here on this 15-minute going green. That would be a clean trade to get into, and that's where you should be in on the trade for Matic, okay? Okay, so that's our entry. Now, that entry, now that we got the 5-minute, the 15-minute moon, now we go to the 1 hour to confirm whether or not the 1 hour is actually moving. So let's take a look here. Here's the 1 hour, here's the trade entry, go down. We don't have a green moon yet, but the RSI is on the bottom and it's moving up. If you can see, this line goes all the way through. That's our entry, bada boom, bada bing, and that's where we should have entered, and now we're waiting for the push. Now, since the green moon isn't on the 1 hour and the 15-minute trend, now the 15-minute trend also went green, this is a super trade. Unlike Doge, remember Doge, we didn't have that 15-minute green trend. Now we have a 15-minute green trend way ahead of time. So that entry right here, this green moon and this green trend, that would be the entry point right here on the 5-minute. And that would have been basically right on that little pullback, which would have entered right here. So currently on this particular trade, this would be our safe entry right on this level right here. So we'll put it right there for now. It doesn't have to be perfect. So right now, this current trade is already hit its mark at, see, I look at the gain, right? So once again, remember, what do we sell at, right? We sell at the 5-minute red trend, right? So here's your red push going down. The red trend hit right there, right? Here's your 5-minute push. Now, one of the things that we always teach is simply taking profits, right? So you see this push here? This push actually goes up and it does tap 1.5%. Anytime you get over a 1%, we like to take profit, right? And I'm going to show you why we would take profit here or if we wouldn't. So let's investigate this trade. So right here we have a 1.6% trade. It tops off. It comes back down. There's our point 0.85, which is where we love to take profit, which is right here. It goes green, comes back, it touches. I mean, it's hitting the marks every time. So let's study this trade a little bit more here. Let me take a look at Doge real quick. Okay, so right here, let's take a look at this trade. Okay, so currently, let's look here and take a look at this Matic trade. And right here on Matic, let's take a look to see what happens. So here we get our push, we get our entry, we're in, we start to see this push happen, and we're sliding up in this level here. And at this current position, we would have got our 1% profits, and then our RSI would have broke down. Let's see what we're looking at here. Yeah, we're good, we're good. Red moon's there, RSI. Okay, let me move my RSI up above. Okay, there we go. Let's see how this is playing out. Okay, boom. We got our entry. Here's our entry trade. Notice how the RSI gets to right here. See this 5-minute RSI breakdown, right? Here's a breakdown of the RSI. You see how it's like swooping down right here? This break of the RSI right there is normally where I sell out of my trades. Just because once I hit my profit mark, I like to take it. Now, let me move this over here to the breaking of this RSI, right? Because now I want to see if anything else would have told me to sell. There's our RSI. Let's go to the 15-minute. Okay, right there, we're seeing that we are still pushing on the 15-minute, okay? And on the 1 hour, we would see that we're still growing on the 1 hour, right? So we're still doing well. Now on the 15-minute RSI, as this goes along, right, this is the breakdown of that RSI right in this little pattern here, or actually this little tip. It never hits the 1 hour, or what's called the 100 line. This is the 100 line right here. It never hits the 100 line. It stays a little bit weak. It goes up, it comes back, it rejects right here. So to me, this is kind of when this little rejection happens, that to me is also another dinger for me to sell, because it's getting rejected before it's reaching the 100, and that's showing a little bit of weakness. And once again, that line takes us to the tip of this line here, which is where we would see this candle kind of making our trade. So let's go back to the 5 minute and let's see how that lines up right here. So as you can see on this particular trade, this candle would have been where we were thinking of this trade. So when this candle pushes up here, we would be selling at the top of this candle, which once again is the same position that we would mark off, which would be right here on these two candles, right? So that would be where we would make this trade. So that's the 15-minute breakdown after it came down, touched, and then broke down. So we would have sold off this candle or this pushing candle here, which is still the same amount. You'd either get a 0.85, or if you got lucky, you would buy on this next push candle, and that could have gave you, I don't know, another % or whatever, right? But either way, I would have sold there because the RSI, the 15-minute, never made it to the 100 line, and it rejected and then pushed and then failed again, right? Let's go back and look at that, okay? This is another ideal. This lets you understand that when the RSIs jump, if they fail to break the levels, right? So look, push, rejection, push, rejection, right? That second rejection, I'm selling that because it's a very weak, look how weak that was. That wasn't a lot of movement right there, right? And guys, this is all going in the video. This will be on the Academy. This is in the Academy videos. If you're in the Academy, you can go watch this later. And this is just another example of how to understand where this works, right? So on this second pullback right there, that's a weak push. I'm selling right there because that is a weak push, right? It didn't make it to the 100. It pulled back, didn't make it to the 100, and it rejected. I'm shorting that right there. That's a weak push, right? It doesn't break through, right? It doesn't, see how this push right here comes down, but it has this really long push? You could sell on this push right here. Same thing here. If you have a pullback and a push, you sell on that second pullback, right? And that's why I would sell. That's just the way it's done, right? And I would make that profit and I would call it a day. Now, to re-enter this trade, right? I would go back down to my 5 minutes. And at this point, I'm out of the trade. I would want my RSIs to reset, meaning I want my RSI to go all the way to the bottom on my 5 minute before I reconsider an entry. Which what happens during that time frame, we turn red on our price action, right? Here it goes, it turns red. So right now, our price action turns red. We're coming all the way down. And right there, this is where, now that this is red and I get a red moon, now I'm looking for the green moon again to re-enter this trade and a green trend, right? Which is coming right here. This is the 5 minute. Now we get another opportunity here where we get a green moon and we get a green trend line. Let's go back to the 15 minute. I'm going to make this a solid 4 so we can see it. Let's see what the 15 minute is doing at that time. Here's your 15 minute right here. We're still a green moon. The RSI is still below the 80 line, so there's time to room. So this is where we would actually re-enter as long as the 1 hour is still showing positive. Right here, take a look at the RSI in the 1 hour. It is still pushing up, which means this is an entry for a re-entry on the 5 minutes because we got another green moon, another green trend. This is where we enter. Okay, this is an entry line right here. So you could re-enter on this line, right in this zone here. And a lot of times when we look at the 15 minute, notice how right here the 15 minutes growing. These are all growing. These are all looking pretty decent. So if you re-enter on this trend right here, it would have put you somewhere in this little upper section here, you know, or another thing you can do, and this is where patience comes in, guys, right? And a lot of times we can go back and back test this, and I'm going to retest this on the same trade that we're in right now, just a little bit prior before this, right? Now, let's change this to a smaller line so that we can see here. Now, what you can do is when you see this green moon pop in, trend line pushing, right? You can look to yourself and say, okay, I see the green trend. I see my green moon. My RSI is moving, but I'm going to wait for a pullback on my RSI, which happens here. The pullback happens, blue comes down, and then right here, blue recovers, and you get your entry. So this would be your entry point right here on this bounce back. Now let's test that theory, right? So green moon, 15 minute is green, 1 hour RSI is bottom, green trend, RSI is pushing up, right? It is above the 60 line, okay? Here's your 60 line. If it's above the 60, wait for a pullback. Here's the pullback. Here's your entry right here, which is exactly where we entered, 125.10. Let's test this on the same coin just moments before if this theory would have held out for you. Ready? Boom. Green moon. Okay? Green trend. Okay? What do you have? The RSI. Where is it? Is it above the 60 line? It is. You wait for it to pull back. It goes here. It pulls back. Here's your entry right here. Bada boom, bada bing. Above the 60, pull back, entry right there. You'd enter off this candle right here. Okay? That would have gave you the best entry. And then boom, you're off and running. Okay? Now let's see this. This is just the 5-minute RSI. So this is why you guys got to watch the videos and understand all this process of how we make decisions when we trade, right? Is taking advantage of the best trades. A lot of trades that I like to make are the 5 minutes RSI trades on the 1 hour. So let's go back here, go to the 1 hour Matic. Okay, let's find the one Matic 1 hour. Here's your RSI. Where does the 1 hour bounce, right? The 1 hour bounces where? Right here, right? I'm going to make this a solid line. I'm going to make this a white line. That's the 1 hour bounce, okay? Now, as soon as I see the 1 hour bounce, I go to my 5 minute, right? Now, I don't need anything else. All I need to know is that I have a 1 hour bounce at this moment here, right? As soon as this 1 hour bounce happens, okay? This is the 5 minute trading. This is how I trade 5 minutes. 5 minutes with the indicators, okay? You guys ready? 5 minute indicator. What I'm waiting for is the green moon to pop up on the 5 minute trade, and all I want is the 5 minute RSI to be in a situation to basically bounce or go live, right? So let's test this so you guys can understand. 1 hour bounces, boom, I mark it. I quickly jump to my 5 minute. I assess the situation. At this time, my RSI is below the 30 moving average. It is not above the 60, which means I see a green moon pop up. I can enter this trade on this coin right here on the bottom of on this wick. I can enter the trade right here. It does not matter. This is the trade that I can enter right here. This could have been my entry right here. One hour RSI bounce. 1 hour RSI bounce with a green moon. There's my entry right there. Okay, that's my entry level right there. See that? See that entry level right there? Now, as we go to enter, if you want to be safe, right? The next step is confirmation. What is confirmation? Confirmation is where we get an entry that then goes green on the price action. So if you wait, you get a green moon, your 1 hour's ready. What are you waiting for? Green trend. When green trend hits right here, right? Where's your RSI? Your RSI is already at your 60, right? Right? So you can enter here because you're below the 60. You can enter at this level, Or if it's above the 60, you're going to wait for it to pull back, which it does right here, and then it bounces, and then that's your entry. So either way, where did our entry pop up? On that candle right there. That's our entry right there. Oh! Super Wolf! You guys understand? 1 hour RSI trend bounces. Green moon. Green trend. RSI below the 60. You can enter on this trade. It's slightly different, not that much. Or if it shows up, if it's lagging for you, then your RSI will be above the 60, right? Or touching it, meaning you would wait. It runs up, it bounces back, bada boom, bada bing. There's your entry. That's your current entry price, okay? That is how this trade is supposed to be properly traded, okay? Which would have put you in here. Now, if you're following the indicators and you're trading properly, then this is your trade. You would actually be right here. So let me show you what that would actually look like in as far as profits. So now you're in a long position. Boom, you get in here, okay? Right out the gate, right out the current situation, guys. The way you trade proper. And this is why just waiting for the right trade always happens. So guys, if you're signing up, let me know because I'm getting off right now, guys. So if you're going to go sign up right now so I can make sure you get your emails to get into the Discord, to get in the group. I'm going to go spend the rest of the night enjoying movies, dinner, and life. But I've enjoyed spending time with you. But here you go. I hope you learned something today, guys. Don't forget to like, follow. So right here, this trade right now currently is worth what? Over 2 and almost 3%. So this trade right now is currently at a position of 2.5. Let's see how this trade actually would have performed with you. So we're still in this little trade. I wonder if I could, how do I move this? So this trade is basically performed to a level of almost it hit 3%. So this trade already hit 3% right here. Now I don't know who you are, but 3%, yeah, this basically 3% on this trade from that move at a 50x. That's 50, 50, 50. That's 150% on this trade. 75% of that already coming out. You would have traded right here. You would have sold when it went red like you're supposed to sell, which would have been right here. We would have sold out. So this trade would have got you on normal times 2.5%, 50, 50. So that's 100%. So this would be 50% pure profit in your gains, right? Meaning that you pretty much already made half your bag doubled in one day. Right? Now, the thing about this trade is that you can go back and start looking at a position of like, okay, where do I want to put my stop loss, right? So let's say you want to try to ride this trade out because this trade is making good decisions of going forward. Me personally, I would have got out of this trade because remember, the 5-minute trend went red. I would have sold anyways, but I showed you a little bit 10 minutes ago why I would have sold out right here when the RSI on the 5-minute was weak and it did a push and it failed, right? When it did that double push right in here, I was selling out because it bounced, it pushed, and it failed to really break through. It bounced, it pushed, and it failed again. I would have sold right here because the RSI was showing weakness, right? See how it bounces, pushes, it doesn't break the 100, it comes down, it bounces, it pushes. I'm selling right here when it fails to make that push, okay? I'm selling on that, right? Push, bounce, push, didn't make higher highs. It failed. I'm selling on that. I'm selling on that. Even if it bounces here and comes up again and it starts to fail, I'm selling right here. It doesn't matter. I'm selling at that price, right? No matter what, that's 2.5%. That's why I would sell that. And now the re-entry would have happened when the RSI came all the way down. Here's our green moon. It's still green, and that's why we would have entered right here at 125.10. And that's currently where you're at in this particular trade. And I would stay there until, like I said, until this actually goes red, right? But I would move my stop loss up to my entry, and I wouldn't lose any money on this trade. I would move my stop loss to my entry, and after this pullback and we make a run here, I would then put my stop loss at the bottom of this pullback. All right, so wherever this pullback ends and we go on a run, 2 candles that are green, I'm moving my stop loss to that position right there, and that would basically be my next position. So my next position, my next stop loss would be 125.85. Okay, guys? And that is how you play that. And that's where I would be at with that. But I would already have made my money on this trade. And personally, I don't like re-entering, trades that are already transpired. But you could have gotten this trade right here on this bottom of the 5-minute RSI, which would have got you in here somewhere. So you're still in a good position anyways, even if you got in here. So yeah, you're still in a good spot, guys. We'll come back and revisit this trade and I'll finish the video. But this video is going up for the guys in the academy. Other than that, man, good luck. God bless. Enjoy your night. This is how you trade. Using the indicators and the strategy is how you make money when you combine them together. But more importantly, the reason you're joining the academy is to learn the process of, you need people there telling you every day, take profit, take profit, take profit, take profit. Otherwise, you're not going to do what you're supposed to do, and you're going to start waging too much money, and you're going to give back profits instead of what you made. And when you give back your money, you're losing, right? You got to do the 4x4 process. You got to follow the system and the structure. You got to make a Big Mac the same way every McDonald's in the world makes a Big Mac. You don't get to change the Big Mac recipe, guys. Okay, guys, if you're going to sign up for the academy, do it right now. I am hopping off. I will check emails in the next 30 minutes. It's underneath my name right here. Go right here to Linktree, sign up, click on it. It's the very first one. It's called the TikTok Trading Academy. This is live trading throughout the week. And when you guys sign up, you automatically get sent a link to the $1,000 indicators. So you get the $1,000 indicators for free for joining the academy, guys. It is just the way it is, man. It is just the way it is, guys. Right, so join the academy. I'll be checking those in the next hour, guys. And you just need someone to spot you at the gym. We got to get you in shape. You got to make the burger the way you make a burger, okay? Other than that, guys, good luck. God bless. I appreciate you. I'll be on during the night going through. Dish, let's check out your dish. Dish, before I go, let me do a final look at Doge. All right, Doge, you got your 5 minutes. You see your sell sign right there, Dish? Okay, so Dish, you still here, big dog? Thanks, guys. Going to sign up. Cosmonaut, sign up, guys. Get in the Discord. There's a ton going on. Dish, are you still here, bro? Here's where you're. See how this came down on the 5 minute? Remember, our stop loss is already set. You would have triggered your stop loss already, so you should be out of this trade. So Doge would have triggered off on the 5 minute. Now you're in a. You should have got out of that trade no matter what. Even on this when the red went green. Second thing, guys, like I said earlier, just testing out your fundamentals, right? Understanding what you're doing. Right here, look at our RSI. We had an RSI that came down. It tested. It bounced. It faked out. This is weakness. It bounced. And on this one right here, here's the 100. It hit the 100 line. This is, yeah, perfect. I'm just making sure you got out before I get offline, big dog. Making sure. How'd you do on that? What was the percent? What was your percent, big dog? I know you're using 20 leverage. Let me send you a link right now that I'm in over here. What was your percent that when you got out, big dog? Okay. That's it. Now you're using a 20x, okay? This is why on the 20x, we want to get you to the 40x, right? Because if you would have been using a 40x, even on this really tough trade, you still would have made 20% and you would have hit your goal, right? That's why we're using the 40x. Give me 1 second here. That's why we use the 40x, bro. We're going to get you the 40x. Let me find you, big dog. Let me find Dish. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? All right, Dish, I sent you a link, bro. I sent you a link, man. We're gonna get up to the 40x, 40%, and that would you would easily make your profits on that. But go back, let's watch these videos, get you guys squared away. Let me end this stream.